Let's see.
Yes. Ooh.
Baby.
Ooh. It was a chair.
Yeah, right.
It was.
Oh, so that's why it's not doing it.
I didn't let air get back into it.
Okay, yeah.
Hey guys, what's going on? Flawless Exotic Creations here. Will, Audra.
Hi.
Coming to you guys with another video. And we've been getting all kinds of raving reviews on this series. It's been really cool. Really cool concept to roll out with and push. What are we talking about? We're talking about the Gene Chaser series here at Flawless. We came up with this series, especially with Audra knowing a little less than I know, but I'm still a beginner as well.
A lot less than he knows.
A little less. I just do a lot of research. And it's
yes.
starting to help out
it's
a
his
lot.
side chick.
So Gene Chasers is going to be one of these series that's going to be bridging the gap, hopefully for any breeders out there, but more so directed toward new breeders like ourselves. Audra and I got into this with our eyes wide open, and pretty much we're emulating a sponge, and we're soaking up all the content.
Let's rewind here. William got into this eyes wide open. He drugged me kicking and screaming with eyes wide open.
You can't say that, baby.
Oh, yes, I can. Because
that's domestic violence. She's forgetting our prior lives in law enforcement. So, yeah.
I tried to forget that.
Yeah, that never happened.
Anyway.
But back to what this series is about. It's about bridging the gap.
It's about beginners.
For beginners, new breeders, a lot of maybe even common questions, or people want to ask questions about certain things or are afraid to do so on certain platforms. Definitely, throw those comments down below. And we begin a lot of comments and inboxes about these series. And a ton of thank yous, which really, really surprised us, because every concept you come up with is not going to be successful. No. We understand that. But after receiving numerous requests on...
Well, I think people feel comfortable with asking us because we have been so open about us being beginners. And
that's right. They watched the journey.
And now it's not so much beginners, but we're like getting there to that intermediate, I guess, kind of level.
Hopefully at some point.
And so
I don't feel it yet.
Yeah, but it is like you've got your experts and your advanced, and you've got your intermediate area, you got your lower half and your higher half, and I think we're somewhere in like that lower half, right above that kind of like that beginner mark. Yeah. And so it helps all of the beginners to kind of be able to touch base with somebody who won't look at them like they're stupid when they ask questions that, because I still ask him questions and he's like, did you just ask that? I'm like, listen here.
But that's what this series is about. And if that's what you're here for, here we are, and we're going to roll right into it. Here we go. So here we are, and this week we are going to be talking about actually one of my favorite genes, Black Pastel. Really, really love Black Pastel.
I like what it does with albino.
Yes, and we'll show a little bit of that off. Albino is not a huge sought after, gene
to work with.
But Black Pastel, it's funny for us. It really makes everything better. Yeah. I guess the head off right off the gate, the issues with Black Pastel, duck billing. When you have the super form of Black Pastel, you have this duck billing where the snake itself is healthy, but it's not very visually pleasing. It doesn't really cause too many issues with the snake per se, but it just doesn't look normal. It's not very becoming of the snake. And that's in the super form, as well as you tend to have more often than not, you're going to have some kinking issues in the super form. And it sucks too, because the super black pastel, that all black snake, it looks amazing.
So
it's
beautiful.
Absolutely insane, and it often resembles a pied as well, because it throws off the pied pattern, but it's not. It's just the super pastel. There's a couple other genes that do that as well. Black pastel is going to fall in 8-ball complex. It's going to contain cinnamon,
Inchy,
het red xanthic, razor, which we haven't worked with at all. I actually haven't seen too many razor gene ball pythons out there. Huffman and Jolt. Actually, Huffman, we've seen Tyler's Toxic Balls works a lot with Huffman, and it hasn't wowed us yet. It's kind of iffy gene, but I'm waiting to see what kind of cool things they can do with it. And Jolt, like you said.
Yeah.
Black pastel is gonna be color as well as pattern
disruption.
That's right, the pattern disruption. So it's gonna break that pattern up from what you're used to seeing on your ball pythons. And also, it normally goes, as far as the head, is anywhere from a dark brown to a black in the single gene form, which we actually kind of have the single gene form that we'll get ready to show you as well. The body of black pastel in the single gene form, and it also carries over into a few different multi-gened animals, is going to be the alien heads along the body.
Hollowed out.
Yeah, it's going to be more hollowed out.
Which is very similar to one of my absolute most favorite genes, GHI.
GHI, yeah, and stay tuned, because Audra's going to do a video on one of these Gene Chaser series on GHI. We got to go through the fleet and pull some snakes for GHI.
I love it.
The bellies on black pastel is really, really...
I already know which snake I'm pulling for it.
Yeah, I bet.
I already have it in my head. Continue on.
The bellies for the black pastel is going to be pretty much clear. It's going to be a clear white. And normally it's going to be pretty clean, as long as they don't have any type of other het influences involved, as we may be able to show in this video as well. And the best, to my knowledge and research, the best widely known line of black pastel is going to be the Barnhart line. Everyone loves to put that out there. But do your investigation and do your research. Don't automatically assume that you're getting the Barnhart line, as where the breeders got their breeders from, and try to track some of that information down. So now that we put all that out there, now you guys have been staying here so patiently waiting to see some black pastel snakes, I'm sure. Yes. So let's get off to the first one. So here we have, they're gonna have to get a lot closer than that. Black pastel.
Oh, my nail. Arms. I have little arms.
There we go. So there you go with those hollowed out alien heads along the side wall, and you see the belly. Now this one here is black pastel, and it's triple het actually for G-stripe, clown, and hypo. And check out those alien heads. Some of them are actually even floating. Yeah.
So you can see
wild patterns. So
little pattern disruptions and such.
Highlights along the color is nice and deep and dark. And this one is not actually on Morph Market yet. This is one of the ones we're beefing up and getting a lot bigger before we post them. We have a few of these. This one is actually a male. If you are lucky enough to be into that project while he is peeing, and you are needing a triple het male, go ahead and inbox us.
No.
Maybe you can get in and reserve it and get it ready to be sent to you.
Yeah.
But that is why, in its single gene form, we fell in love with black pastel.
It's okay, buddy. It all happens to us. Happens to all of us.
Now next. So here, I'll just show it off. We have a beautiful girl here, and she is black pastel, G-stripe, 100% het hypo. Bigger girl, we hatched her out here.
Belly.
Beautiful striping on her. So Black
Gorgeous.
Pastel actually striped her out, because the normal G stripe is gonna still have some dripping along from the dorsal, the normal G stripe pattern. But she is absolutely phenomenal. We would have kept her and held her back, but we have already double visuals of the hypo Black Pastel G stripe as well, in male and female. And believe it or not, right before this video, she just sold. So she will be going out this week.
Yes.
So definitely, we had just updated her weight from 215 grams to right now she's 384 grams. So, and literally within minutes, or probably about an hour or so, she sold. So that may be a helpful tip, or it may not. It may be just luck. But hey, stay up to date on your weights on your animals on Morph Market. But she is truly beautiful.
Yeah, her stripe is just absolutely gorgeous.
Absolutely, and then it gets dark outline along the sides as it goes down the tail.
It goes down the tail. You see that, guys? All the way to her little tail. You see her tail? This is the tail area down here.
So wish her safe travels.
She's like,
she
I
will
wish you'd
be
leave me
out of
alone.
here. So here we have another girl that Black Pastel was extremely powerful in the combination. This is actually Black Pastel Shredder. So Shredder is very untapped. Not too many people working with it.
She's active, isn't she?
But
She says.
look at still the sidewalls, the alien heads, the belly. The belly now, Shredder added a little bit of pattern to the edging along the sides. She isn't het for anything. She did get striped out. I believe that was from Black Pastel.
Yes.
And look at the alien heads. It's really intense.
Her color is absolutely beautiful too.
Yes, and she's still nice, deep, and dark.
She had the death grip on my wrist there.
Yeah. She is really, really cool. Black Pastel Shredder. Super dark animal.
Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous animal.
So we're going to work the Shredder gene as well as the Black Pastel. And she's like, I'm tired of being on video.
She's being difficult, isn't she? She's strong.
That there, you got it. Black Pastel Shredder.
So this girl is fresh out of shed.
Yep.
She is Black Pastel Inchy albino. Inchy?
Yep.
Yep, that's what I was saying.
Nice. Good job.
Yeah. So you can see her little pattern disruptions in there and just what it does to albino. Like, I'm a big fan of what it does to albino.
Absolutely. If anyone is working with albino, we know we're working on the Black Pastel video, but this kind of complements it. Anybody working with albino or truly love albino, you really want to bring albino back to life, you got to throw some Black Pastel in
with
it.
Black Pastel, yes.
Yeah.
Black Pastel absolutely turns albino just into, I don't know, an incredible gene. Like, by itself, albino is just not where it's at. But when you add that Black Pastel, it just makes such a big, huge difference. I love her little patterns here.
And that would be the Inchy contribution to
The
it.
contribution, yep. You can see her beautiful head, big old head.
Check out that pattern of color, those highlights. Black Pastel really woke that gene up.
Yes, it did.
Woke that snake up big time.
She is a woke snake.
And if you guys like that,
Wait till you see this. This is a Black Pastel albino.
yep. Very simple. Very, very simple and extremely intense in color. It's a breeder girl. And then can't speak highly enough of her. She's amazing. She really, really is. As far as the appearance, she gives off a amazing look to her coloration. And again, she would be probably more sought after as far as creating animals like this if she didn't have albino. Maybe if she was lavender albino or rainbow, it would get off a different appearance. But we love this albino Black Pastel.
Yeah, Black Pastel just takes it to a different level.
Definitely.
I mean, you can see You can see close some of her nice little areas of color there that are just like, it's almost like a highlight of color.
Oh yeah, it's very hard to beat that combo there,
Yeah.
right there, and it's so simple.
Yeah, it's very simple. And she's mama to, didn't we breed her with the tri-stripe? We bred her with the tri-stripe.
Right,
male,
but she
right?
hasn't had.
So she hasn't had her eggs yet. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta put her on the ultrasound and check her out
Check her out. Yeah.
as she does backflips.
Yes.
So guys, as you guys can see, Black Pastel is a tremendous gene to work with. It can be worked in so many different directions. We really want to see it in puzzle, as well as stranger. So yeah, man, it's really cool gene to play around with in your collection, and it's very easy to get into your collection, being that it's an incomplete dominant gene. So it can pass off in the first generation of breeding your animal. You really want to dig in and play with that. We don't really see anything to stay away from other than the superform.
Just due to those little issues.
Right. But there's been success working with specific lines of Black Pastel, as far as creating the supers, because the supers are, if you can find one that doesn't have duck billing, I mean, they're still sought after big time. We love them ourselves, but again, we also don't want to complicate making a crazy genetic powerhouse of an animal and it has duck billing or any other issues. We want to try to go into every situation with your eyes wide open and trying to avoid potential problems. So hopefully you guys are getting what you came here for in this series here. Hopefully you really enjoyed this Black Pastel series. Comment down below if you're liking this. Comment down below some of the other genes you want us to kind of debut or do. We do have a whole lineup that we're doing, and we can alter it to get certain ones out there sooner, I guess, rather than later. Check us out on Morph Market, because like you said, like you just seen, one of the females that we showed off in this video actually sold before we just recorded this video. So that was really cool. We've been getting a amazing following on Instagram on Flawless Exotic Creation. So check us out there as well as Facebook.
Grateful.
Yes, check us out on Flawless Crested Geckos TikTok, because we've been running both businesses on the one TikTok.
I need
to see.
We need to change our little moniker up there to just Flawless.
Yeah, we have a few different branding options.
Because I've been documenting a little bit of my rodent keeping.
Oh yeah, because we're into the rodents as well. And again, like if you guys want to get into that Black Pastel in a huge way, message us, inbox us, email us. We answer absolutely everything. Quickest response is probably going to be Instagram, because we both are logged into Instagram, responding all day. But we do have, I believe, 2 Black Pastel males that are both triple het for G-stripe, hypo, and clown, because we're working that triple het, that triple visual project. And again, check us out on Morph Market. We've been adding stuff every week or every bi-weekly. And we're really enjoying this process. So definitely, subscribe, hit that notification bell, give us a thumbs up, let us know how we doing, and we really appreciate you guys. It's Will, it's Audra, Flawless Exotic Creations. We out.